Hello everyone and welcome you all to another chapter of the MS Word Advanced tutorial. So now we are on our chapter number 14 and here I will be showing you guys a project on making a professional CV design. Okay, so we'll be learning about all that here in this particular chapter. So let's not waste time and let's get started. So here, as you guys can see, now I'm here in the home page of the MS Word. Okay, so the first thing what I'm going to do is I am going to take up a blank document from here. Okay, so CVs are basically made when you are trying to apply for a job. Okay, like when you are trying to apply for a position in a company, in that case. Okay, so you are just giving that CV to a recruiter that they can actually see your profile, like where you studied, what's your qualification, references and all, check from all of those, and regarding that they'll call you up for the face-to-face interview. Okay, so CV is the basic first impression when you are trying to apply for a job. Okay, so I'll be showing you guys few other templates. Okay, so if I come here and if I type CV template. Okay, so if I just come here, let's type CV template. Okay, and now let's click on enter. So let's go to images from here. Okay, so here you guys can actually see these are different kind of formats. Okay, so you guys will be able to give some colors and all, put your image over there. Okay, this is how you guys will be able to make some stunning designs of the CV. Okay, so here you guys can see there are a lot of things right over here. Okay, and this is how CV actually looks. Okay, so you guys can come here and what you can do is you guys will again go back to the Word file. Okay, so basically from here now I want to start typing my CV. Okay, so before that what I need to choose is I need to choose what kind of font size am I gonna use. Okay, so now let's come here and let's type. Okay, so let's start typing over here. Okay, so let's take the name of Roland Anderson. Okay, so I will just write Roland Anderson over here, and after that what is your qualification at this point of time. Okay, so you want to mention that particular thing over here as well. Okay, so from here basically you guys can write, like suppose I am making it for college, like for a nursing college, so in that case I will just write staff nurse. Okay, and here you guys can give the phone number and all. Okay, so here if you come and if you want to give a phone number and stuff, in that case you guys will be able to give that over here as well. But now let's come over here and let's try to work with this file over here. So first thing what I want is you want to make this thing kind of bold, like your name. Okay, that it will be visible quite properly. So let me get 28 over here and let me make this thing kind of bold. The same way I will come over here and now let's increase the size of this one from here as well. Okay, let's take 26 over here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to make this bold, but at the same time I'm going to change the color over here as well. Okay, so here let's give this particular color. Okay, and after that the next thing what I'm going to do is I will come down over here. Okay, so if you want to come down you guys can click on shift and enter, so you will just go right down from here. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to decrease the size. Okay, so a CV basically includes a lot of things. Okay, so it actually includes a lot of things right over here. Okay, if you want to decrease the spacing over here, you guys can come and you guys can actually adjust the line spacing. Okay, so let's come over here and let's check the line spacing. Okay, so here if you come, okay, and now go to line spacing. Okay, so here I can actually increase or decrease it from here. Okay, suppose if I come and if I just make it 7 over here. and let's click on OK. So here basically you guys can see how it actually looks right now. Okay, so again, if I come down, okay, so let's click on this option over here. Let's try to write objective. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to take this Calibri and now I am going to decrease the size. Okay, so from here, let's type objective over here. Okay, so now once you are done writing this thing, what you can do is you can come here onto this option and now you guys can actually add a bottom border. Okay, so once you have this bottom border over here, you guys can come onto this option and from here basically you guys can put up different colors. Okay, so maybe I will just come down over here a little bit. Okay, and maybe I will just come right over here, and if you want to come down a little bit, you guys can come down a little bit right over here. Okay, at this particular point, if you want to add any color, you guys will be able to add a lot of colors from here as well. So like let's take this color from here. If you want to increase this thing somewhat to 14, okay, so let's take this one and let's come over here and check this one. Okay, so let's take 14 over here. Okay, so once you are right over into this particular option, you guys can come, and what you can do is you can just click on shift and enter. Otherwise you guys can just come down, okay, onto this point over here. Okay, suppose you want to start typing from this particular option. Okay, so from here basically you guys will be able to start typing. So suppose I will just put up objective. You guys can actually write it for 3 or 4 sentences. Okay, so maybe I will just come to Chrome and from here I will just type objective for a job. So I'll just click on enter, and here you guys can see I do have a lot of options. Okay, so I will just fill this up with some text. Okay, you guys can come here and you guys can basically put a real objective once you're trying to write. Okay, so let's just take this particular word, okay, or this particular set of sentence, and now click on Ctrl C to copy. Come here, and now at this point what you can do is you guys can just go back. Okay, if you want to actually check on the margin over here, you guys can come here and you guys can move this thing a little bit over onto the side. Okay, so now after that, once you're over here, okay, you guys come here and just come down. So now from here I will just click on Ctrl V to paste. Okay, so here you guys can see I have clicked on all these things right over here, but here you guys can see the color over here is not the same. Okay, so I can go to font color, and from here basically I will be able to choose this black color. Okay, so let's come here, let's select this set of sentences. Okay, come to this option and let's give this thing a white color over here. Okay, so in this particular place, if I want to delete any space up, I can come here and I can just delete this space down. Okay, come on to this option and just delete this space down from here as well. Okay, so once you're done writing the objective, what you can do is you can come here and you can come here and just go to select object. So once you're over here, what you can do is you can select this particular part. Otherwise, instead of this option over here, let's come to this point. Okay, let's go to the home page, and now onto the selecting option, go to select all. Then if you want to move it in any other side, you guys will be able to move these things up over to this side here as well. Okay, so now if you want to check on the margins, okay, so go to the layout option, and from here basically you guys will be able to select the margins over here. Okay, so over here you guys will be able to select the margins. Okay, so here you guys can see a lot of it right over here. Okay, so now once I have selected this particular thing, what I can do is I can come here and just click on Ctrl C. Okay, and write down, I will just come over here, and now I'll just click on shift and enter. Okay, so I will just come down, enter over here again, control plus V. So now here, what I'll do is, as I have copied this one over here, now the next thing after objective, what we used to put is work experience. Otherwise, we can type educational background. Okay, so maybe I'll type educational background from here. Okay, so now once I am done writing the educational background, now here at this place, what I want to do is I want to insert some table. Okay, so now go to the insert option. So here you guys can see now I do have the option for table. Okay, so now from here, basically what all I'll choose. First, I will write the exam. Okay, and from here I will be able to select, let's select 4 tables over here, and after that let's select 4 over here as well. Okay, so 4 right over here. So now what I can do is, once I'm over here, I have created this one. If I want to add, okay, I will be able to add right from here as well. If I want to increase the size, I will be able to increase the size quite like this from here as well. Okay, so now once I have created this one, let's write first over here exam. Okay, so let's do it in all caps. Okay, so I'll just write exam major. After that, I will just write marks, and after that I will just write year over here. Okay, so let's type year. So once someone checks this thing out, that they don't have to actually do a lot of things, like they can easily check those out. So from here, basically, if you want to centralize this one, you guys can come here, and if you want to centralize here it on the top, you guys will also be able to do this thing from here as well using this alignment option. Okay, so now again I'll go to the home option. If I want to make these things bold, I'll make this thing bold. And now what I can also do is I can select the box colors from here. Okay, so I can come here and I can select the color. Okay, so let's select this color from here, and now let's come to this option over here. Okay, like this text option, and from the text option, what I'm going to do is I will come here and I will take the text color kind of like this, and here you guys can see now I do have the exam major marks and the year right over here. Again, suppose from here, like individually, if I want to change anything, I will also be able to change individually from here as well. Okay, so this is about the font color. So I don't want to add any kind of shading. If I don't want to add any kind of shading, in that case I can select no shading option. But here let's take this gray color. Okay, and after that, from here as well, if you want to change this color, if you want to change the highlight color, or if you want these things to be highlighted, here you guys can see. Okay, so now the color over here matches quite good. So here basically you can write the exam in what subject you do have your major. Okay, suppose I will write over here as BSc nursing. Okay, so let's type BSc nursing over here. Okay, and after that I will just write the major. Okay, nursing from here, and let's take up 75. Okay, 75%. Okay, so for that, again, what I need to do is I need to click on percent over here, and let's choose the year. Let's say 1999. Okay, so once I have selected this one, what I can do is I can select all of this, and after that go to the layout option. From here, let's select this one here in the middle. Okay, and after doing that, if you want to make these things bold, you guys can come here and make these things bold accordingly. Okay, so here you guys can actually put things kind of like that. And after that, again, what I can do is let's select this one, and now click on Control C. Okay, so once you are over here, let's come down a little bit. Okay, now here you guys can put Control V. Okay, so again here you guys can see I do have these things out. If you want to take this one a bit on the top, okay, you guys can come here, and after educational background comes the work experience. Okay, so you guys can come here and you guys can type the work experience over here. Okay, so there are different ways of how you will be able to write down the work experience. Okay, so if I just select this particular table, okay, so let's select this particular table right from here. Okay, if you want to increase the size or if you want to move, okay, you guys can come here and you guys will be able to move this thing up. Okay, so for now I don't want to move this thing. If you want to increase or decrease the size, you guys will be able to do it quite easily. Okay, so from here you guys can actually do this. So the same way, what I'm going to do is I am going to make up a table again. Okay, so for that, what I'll do is I will come here, go to the insert option, and from table, what I'll do is I can add different columns. Okay, so now let's take 2 over here, and now what I'll do is I will just decrease the space over here. Okay, and if I want to increase the size, okay, so from here I will be able to increase the size from here as well. Let's increase it a bit more over here. Okay, so now basically from here what you can write is you can write the duration, time and duration. Okay, so let's type time and duration. Okay, so let's type time and duration over here, and now here you guys can see just type description onto this point. Okay, so I will just type description over here, and what I can do is once I'm over here, you guys can come with the layout option and maybe just put this one here in the exact middle. Go to home and make it bold over here as well, and under this time and duration I'm only going to make this bold. Okay, suppose you have worked in one place for 2 years. Okay, so just write December or January. Okay, so you can just type January 1997 to January 1999. Okay, so here you guys can also come down again and maybe give up a bracket over here. Suppose if I come over here and now let's create a bracket, and now I will just put 2 years. Okay, and now what I can also do is I can just close down the bracket again. Okay, so now what I can also do is let's select all these things up and let's try to bring this one here in the center. Okay, so here you guys can see, and now here you guys can actually add the role and stuff. Okay, so you guys can actually add the role and all. Suppose I will just type over here. Okay, so let's type in ICU. Okay, and emergency department. Okay, so let's type emergency department. Then come here and type ICU. Okay, so this is how you guys will be able to make your CV down, and basically from here you guys can also give some job responsibilities over here. Suppose you want to type the job responsibilities, what all you did onto that particular place. Okay, you guys can come here and you guys can type that thing down. So from here, basically, if I just click on enter here, I will also be able to make this thing bold. Okay, so from here, I will just click on to the bold option. Okay, so come here, select the bold option, and now if you want to increase the spacing from here, you guys can come here, click on enter, and maybe if you want to give some bullets, okay, you guys can come here and just will be able to add some bullets. Okay, suppose I want to use this kind of bullets. Okay, so in that case I will be able to add some bullets. Suppose medicine, and I would write this in bold. So again I will deselect bold. Okay, so I will just write medicine administration. Okay, and after that also I will write few other things over here. Okay, suppose at this particular place I don't want this thing over here. Okay, so let me just come here and let me make only this word kind of bold, and let's change it to 12, or let's change it to 14, and let's make this thing bold over here. And under this one you guys can type emergency care. Okay, again I will come here, change this one. Okay, so I will just write emergency care. Okay, and you guys can continue over like this. Okay, so this is one way of how you will be able to create your CVs and all. Okay, so after work experience you guys can also put up your personal details. So I'll come over here and I'll just click on Ctrl C to copy. So I'll just come down and I'll just click on Ctrl V. Okay, so if you come here, let's take this point. Okay, if you want to come down, okay, you guys will be able to do this from here as well. So if I just go back again, okay, let's come down a little bit, and now if I just click on Ctrl V, here you guys can see now this one looks better. Okay, so basically from here now I can just type personal. Okay, so personal details. Okay, so here you guys can actually write the personal details. So in personal details, what are the things that you're going to write? Okay, so in personal details you can write like the father's name, mother's name, nationality, and stuff like that. Okay, so you can come here, you can just write a father's name. Okay, so let's come here, let's start father's name. Okay, and what you can do is you can just use up a colon over here, and after that if you want to make some designs you just need to come here and just select this part of the column, and now just click on tab. Okay, so here you guys can see I have clicked on tab over here. Now again I will just click on shift and enter, and now basically from here you guys can type mother's name. Okay, so mother's name over here, and now again just make the colon. Okay, so use the colon, make your mouse come over here and just click on tab. Okay, so this is how you guys will be able to make some stunning designs. Okay, if you want to go back, click on shift and enter. So again you are over to this particular place again. So here you guys can actually write email address. Okay, email address. Again you select the colon. Okay, take the mouse. Okay, and now click on tab. Okay, so I'm just giving a double click. Okay, and after that you guys will be able to provide or just write this thing up over here. Okay, so this is how you guys will be able to put on your data. Suppose I will just click on shift and enter. Okay, so if I just want to write the phone number, okay, after that I will just use the colon again and bring your colon right over here, okay, to this particular place like your mouse, and after that click on the tab option. Okay, so this is how you guys will be able to make some stunning designs over here. Okay, and if you want to add more details like the nationality and all, okay, so you guys can come here and you guys can write up your nationality and things like that over here at this particular point as well. Okay, to get this type of thing you guys need to click on the tab option. So once you're done here with the personal details, you have filled up the personal details, and lastly what you'll do is you will come here and maybe go down. Okay, and after going down here you guys can type the references. Suppose if you do have any references of any people, okay, in that case you guys will be able to put up the reference. So at this part now I won't be putting any references, but same way, the way I have created these boxes, you guys can come here, and suppose in the first one you guys can put up the name, and you can put up their designation here as well. Okay, suppose if I come over here, okay, so now I will just select this one, and now Control C. Okay, and after that you come here and just click on Control V. If you come to this upper option, you guys can come here, and if you just want to go down, okay, so here you guys can come on top again, and now here you guys can check. Okay, so I will just write a declaration, or I will just write references. So I will just write references. Okay, it can be your previous work boss or your institutional reference. Okay, so you guys will be able to put up your reference quite like this over here. Okay, so now again I'll go to insert option. Maybe I will just select two boxes over here, and in one, what I'll do is I will just write it accordingly. So here let's come and let's write name. Okay, so let's write name over here, and now onto this side what I'm going to write is I am going to write designation. Okay, so I will just write designation over here, and now what I'll do is I will just make this thing in the center. So I'll just bring it here in the center, make it bold, and after that just give this one a shading color. Okay, so let's come over here, make this color kind of like this, and onto going on to the layout, come here in the alignment option and just align it here in the exact center. Okay, so this is how you guys can actually do. Again, you guys can come on to this option. Okay, so once you come here in this option, if you want to add up a new page, you guys can come here and add up a new page. Okay, so for declaration, the same way, I'll just click on Control C. Okay, and now what I'll go is I will come onto this option right over here. Okay, let's go to the home option. So from the home option, come to the insert. So now I will just insert another blank page. Okay, so over here, what I'll do is I'll come over here, keep the references right over here. And now after this, okay, so after this particular point, now I want to insert a blank page. Okay, so here you guys can see now I have put up a blank page right over here. Okay, so in this page, what I can do is I can come here and maybe click on this particular word, click on Control C to copy. Okay, so after that, come over here and just click on Control V. Okay, so instead of references, now what I'll do is I will just give the declaration. So declarations are basically a statement by me that all the documents and all the information provided, it's true and stuff. So here I can just write like all the documents and information, okay, and information provided in the resume is true to my knowledge. Okay, so this is just an surety over here. And after declaration, what you can do is you can just put up your word over here. Let's click on enter, and what you can do is you can come down and you can write date. Okay, so from here let's type the date. Okay, just give a colon over here, and what you can do is if you come right over to this option, if you just come here on top a little bit, you guys can come over here. And now if I come to this option, if I just come here on top again, okay, so let's come to this option, and now let's just move it up over here. Okay, so suppose if you want to move it up in the other side, okay, you guys can come here and just select this word. Okay, suppose if I want to come here and if I want to go down again, okay, so here let's select this one, let's click on enter, enter again, come here down. Okay, so now what I'll do is I will just write my name. Okay, so the name which I had given over here is Roland Anderson. So what I'll do is I will just write Roland Anderson over here. Okay, so I will just write Roland Anderson, and what I'm going to do is I am going to leave up a bit of space. Okay, so I'll come here, maybe I will just click on enter, and now I will go to the insert option. From the insert option, I will just going to take up a line or make a line where I will be able to put up the signature. Okay, so if I will click on shift and try to create a line, it is going to create a straight line for me. Okay, so in that case, again, I will select the line option. Okay, and let's go back. Okay, so let's go to insert option. Let's go to the shape option. From here, let's take this line and let's try to create a line right over here. Okay, so I will just create up a line using the shift button. So now this is a straight line. So if I want to increase the weight over here, okay, I can come here and maybe I will just select the line, and from here you can also choose the color. So I will just take up a black color. So here basically you guys will be able to sign. So this is the CV. Okay, and if you want to put up or just keep up any space for the image, you guys can come here, go to the shapes option, and come here, take the rectangle. Okay, so come here again, take the rectangle option, and if you want to create a box like with same proportion, just click on shift over here, and now the box which I do create over here, it's the same proportion. Okay, so the width and the height is all the same, and what I can do is if I don't want any fill color, I can come here and I can put on no fill. If I want to increase the outline over here, okay, so I can come here and maybe I will just increase the outline kind of like this. Okay, so now my CV is quite ready over here. Okay, if I want to see it, I will be able to see it from here as well once you go to the print option. So here you guys can see this is the CV which I have made just now. Okay, so this is how you guys will be able to create some stunning designs for your CV. Okay, you can use different words. Okay, but for me, I wanted to highlight the things. Okay, so here you guys can see I have highlighted that particular places where wherever I wanted to highlight this, and always you guys can come here and also work on your alignment. Okay, so this one kind of looks good to me. The border, the margin, everything is looking great over here. Okay, so yeah, I hope you guys have understood. Suppose now you want to save this file, go to the file wherever you want to save. Okay, so come here and just write CV. Okay, and now let's go to this resource file and let's save it up over here. Okay, so once you're done saving it, you are done. If you want to do it in if you have made any changes and again you want to save it in the same file, come here and click onto this option. It will be automatically saved over there. Okay, so hope to see you all in the next chapter. Till then, take care and goodbye everyone.